Hey there. I did the intro, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those who do not feel represented by an oppressive gender binary, hello and welcome. I'm September. Oh wait, I can give you face. I can give you my face. I'm September. You're whoever the hell you say you are, and I love that for you. I'm gonna be playing some. I have a hair on my keyboard that I'm finding it difficult to brush away. There we go. I'm going to be playing some Fool's Errand by Cliff Johnson. This is a MS-DOS game released, not just MS-DOS, it was on Macintosh and Vintage Computer, apparently. Released in 1987. I'm reading all of this from the Internet Archive page. And this game was one of my favorite games growing up. It was... growing up, we didn't have the capability to get new games often, and sort of still don't. But we fell into... We don't even remember how we came across the word abandonware. But once we knew it, we were just playing all sorts of wacky shit, which was fun. That's how we played, like, the first two Discworld point-and-click games, and a couple of really, really bad... it was mostly point-and-click adventures, now that I think about it. Some of them that were not quite as good as that. And also, this game, The Fool's Errand. Let me get to it. Let me hit the buttons to make you be able to see it. I can do that, right? Probably. Okay. So I did say this was coming off of the, can I get this full screen? Hey baby, can you hand me this full screen? Yes, I can. Can I do that without muting you? I don't know how loud the internal speaker for this is going to be, so we're just gonna wing it. It wants us to put in a copy protection code, but that's long since been circumvented. One of the things that I love the most about this game is the incredible art. You just saw an example of it. We're going to see a lot more as we go. But let's have a little bit of a look at how this game will work. So you can see we have a couple of these options lit up. Most of them aren't. Each of these options is a thing like this. It's a little piece of scroll, and then if you click on the question mark box down here, it will take you to a puzzle that also corresponds to the scroll part. Can I back off of this? Well, not without doing that. How do I... Okay. How do I get out of the puzzling portion? Okay, I can just do this way. So I'm just going to read what we have in front of us, because I love this. It's not really a narrative. The idea is that we are following the fool through the realm of tarot cards. I don't think I get it. That's self a name. One sunny day, a light-hearted fool strolled along a hilly path, whistling a merry tune. A long wooden pole was slung over his shoulder, and attached to it was a cloth bundle which carried his life's possessions. "What a marvelous afternoon!" he exclaimed, to no one in particular, pausing to appreciate this lovely countryside. Soon the trees parted, and the path led to a small clearing, ending abruptly at the edge of a treacherous cliff. But the fool was undaunted, and kept at his swift pace, steadily approaching the sheer drop. "Your folly is most curious," a voice boomed. "Have you no fear of death?" Just as one leg dangled over the side of the cliff, the fool hesitated. "Who dares to interrupt my errand?" he demanded impatiently. "I dare," the bright yellow sun replied. "Well then," the fool considered, "I seek the 14 treasures of the world, and I am told that a man who strays from his path is lost." "That may well be true," spoke the sun, "but I fear you are already lost. Take this map as my gift. It will aid you in your quest." and in a flash of light an aged parchment appeared at his feet. "At last! A path to follow!" cried the fool, happily taking the map. "Perhaps," the son murmured, "yet things are never as simple as they may seem." But the fool had already run back down the hill and did not hear the son's parting words. Let's click the thing. So this puzzle is the last one we will do, actually. But you can see it's a big grid of mostly blank spaces. A couple of them are lit up, and as we click them, they reveal portions of the sun's map, which are themselves tiny little pieces of art relating to the tarot cards, but they don't look like tarot cards. Well, the tower sort of looks like the tower, and Judgment has scales, and the moon is the moon, obviously. But we'll be coming back to the screen a few times as we move along. What's the next thing we have? Wheel of Fortune? I actually don't want to do Wheel of Fortune first. Let's go to the world. Zalrudo. Very soon, the fool came to an aged stone monument set into a carved pedestal. It was a model of the world. "At last!" the fool exclaimed, running over to the globe and searching it carefully. "There must be a clue to the 14 treasures here somewhere." Yes, the world suddenly replied. "Praise be!" he cried, leaping for joy. "Please, I'm in haste. What can you tell me?" "Yes," the world repeated. The fool scratched his head in bewilderment. "You say yes, yet nothing more?" "Yes," was its final word on the matter. What is our puzzle here? Oh, wonderful. It is a word search. My, there are so many countries, thought the fool, so we're going to be going through this looking for countries. Let's just do the thing, right, where we scan it in. Okay, got a little buzz, so that's how loud that's going to be. Do I need to move my head? Probably. Where can I move it to that's useful? Probably just down here in the corner, hey? Let's just do that. It's still going to block stuff, but it's going to block less stuff down there, I think. So let's start right here at the top and work our way down like an astropop. France. And Scotland. And Russia. This is how I do word searches, by the way. I just sort of like sit here and read the letters across as best I can until something actually sounds like a word. So Sweden. Way. I'm not going to subject you to that baby talk the entire time. I'm just going to kind of do that in my head as I chat. Hey, speaking of chat, this is the first time we've streamed on YouTube. We had been streaming on Twitch and then gave that up for various reasons. So we're making a go of it over here. Glad to anyone who has shown up. Glad to anyone who is watching the replay in the future. There's Iceland. And England. Netherlands. I wasn't trying to do an accent, I was just saying it weird. I apologize if it sounded the other way. Well, here's Portugal. And Spain. So these, the puzzles in this game, don't go back to front. It's always left to right or up to down. So we've gotten, I think, all of the ones that are horizontal. Let's try the vertical, because we are still missing 10. There's Austria. And Sicily, Greece. Morning, boys. Opa. What time is it in Greece? I'll take my answer off air. Finland. Mountain so lofty, treetop so tall. Nustwerb. Turkey? Libya, I don't think, is a country. Oslo? No, that's a city, isn't it? In Norway, I think. Or Sweden? Not great with geography, was raised in the Oklahoma public school system. To Germany. Von Polnoponiathisi. Eluda, which is the place you go to when you're trying to elude them, I presume. BRRNC. I should have thought about it and got some music to play for this, because it's going to be a pretty quiet stream apart from the chatting. Glaum. It sounds like a fun holiday destination. Switzerland. 4 more. Savigny. Yellier. It's almost a palindrome. It is a very quiet, incorrect buzzer, but they do have one. Albania. Well, I'm missing 3, and we're sort of running out of space for them to be, so we're going to have to go back over it again. Here's Yugoslavia. I'm just now thinking that because this was made in like 1986, if there's countries on here that are no longer solvent. I'm just going back over the horizontals real quick to see where I could have missed something. Because we are still missing 2. I am willing to take hints if someone wishes to yell them at me. If you are watching this as a replay, it is too late to yell them at me, although I suppose you could put them in the comments and they would be completely, Romania? Oh. I was really sure you spelled Romania with an O. Anyway. The good part about the going back over it is that most of the letters don't get like reused, so a lot of space is just closed off for you. Oh, here we go. Czechoslovakia. What did I just say? I said Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia is longer. The word Czechoslovakia is longer. I stopped at the first A, but there's a second A in there. There we go. Click mouse to continue. So, as we solve a puzzle, it kicks open some new pieces of our scroll. And that's just sort of the loop. Pick a scroll, read it, do a puzzle, open up some more puzzles, and it just sort of builds up from there. And you can see here the world, the one that we've done, doesn't have its little starbite anymore, so we know it's done. But it has led us to the maze of hedges. The fool followed the cobblestone road and discovered that it ended at the entrance to a maze of tall hedges. I would not go in there if I were you, warned a woman tending to a garden of 9 star-shaped flowers. No one has ever found their way out. Well, the fool pondered, since you are not me, then it must mean I should go in there. He disappeared into the maze and very quickly found his way to the exit. Beware the wandering winds, a voice wailed. So, we have a maze. Wandering winds, the fool wondered. I cannot even feel a breeze. There should be a way to use keyboard controls to maneuver the fool around this maze. So what we're looking at is a nice little blue-on-blue maze. It's just that a lot of it is missing. So I guess we're just going to click one space at a time. See how that goes. I'm certain that there is more wall that we are not seeing. Yep, more wall. So let's just... So I guess that's what the wandering winds are. We hit a W and got teleported to the other side of the thing. Our exit's over there to the right, isn't it? Can we just walk there? Probably not, right? Yeah, doesn't really look like it. Yep, there's some more wandering winds. Can we just sidle up the side? Nope, can't sidle up the side. Too many winds. Dang, come on. Let me through. Alright, well, that's blocked off by the wind, so I guess we need to find another way around that isn't this way. Oh, I can just click and hold. That's so much easier. It's gonna become, like, problematic when the winds happen, yeah, and suddenly the ball is divorced from the pointer, but hey. We got real close, actually. That last one teleported us right into what ended up being a trap. On this way? On this way? All the way back on this side, huh? That's fine, I can just, well... I was about to say I can just find some winds that'll carry me back over, and that ended up being the case, but not immediately. Is this way? Can we get any further around this W? Because it's so close. Oh no, really? Ooh, yeah. If I end up running this game next week, or not next week, but Friday, because we try and stream twice a week, I'm absolutely going to need to put together some stream-safe music to play behind it, because... just the little, DOS bleep loops are fun. I feel sonically understimulated. We're going to have to go, like, all the way around, aren't we? Yeah. We're going to have to go, like, up to the top and then back around to the side, because there's not another way for us to get to the exit without getting trapped by the winds. We're not trapped by the winds, teleported. Get out of here. Okay. That's probably fine. Just very, very slowly get out and around. No, we're gonna get wind wandered. Damn it, it's a massive loop we're going to have to undertake because so much of this right side is blocked off. I guess we can go around... No, because even coming around this way, it's going to block us off with the wind there. So we need to find a way to get over here into the top left corner and then come around. So that's going to be fun. That's what mazes are like. Well, it sort of got handed off. Okay. 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 No, no, don't be this way. It's fine. Okay. Really, really quietly, really carefully. There we are. And okay, we're up in the top left and then immediately got teleported like basically back to the start. It's fine. It's like that sometimes. Would you please? Gorilla Monsoon voice, would you stop? There we go, we'll just do it that way. That's fine. I gotta remember that that one pushes us there so that we can have a bit of a shortcut. Okay. Oh, that was so close. Alright, which one of these two was it that shifts us over there? Not that one, but that's close enough. Except it's not because it's still cut off by the other winds. Okay. That's fine. We're just going to very carefully roll around this left side, hug the wall like good adventurers do. That's how you escape the labyrinth. That and using a lot of yarn, I think. Took a class in Greek mythology once. I enjoyed it. I went to one of those enrichment centers for quote-unquote gifted kids for a while in elementary school. There are ways that I really liked that program. Oh, there we go. How I've managed to maintain an interest in, like, trying to learn about weird things. It did also ruin us just a little bit for, like, all the rest of our teachers throughout elementary school. Because it's like, I've had classes where, now, through this program, where, like, I can be like interested and engaged through the material, and now the rest is the Oklahoma public school system, unfortunately. Can I even get around there? Yeah, it's just going to be a needle throw. Is that what they call it? A needle throw? When you're trying to get through a very small area. You take the needles and you throw them. I don't see what the problem is. Okay. You throw them in the haystack and then you spend like an hour looking for them. And that's where we get the turn. Let's go around. Okay, we finally made it to the very top. I'm going to take just a second to stretch my arm. Because it turns out you're not really meant to click and drag for what I feel has been 10 minutes. I think there's no way we shouldn't, do the... Pretend there's not a wall there, right? Oh, we are so close. We're in that top right corner. We just need to get down like 6 tiles without hitting a wind. We moved once and got hit by a wind. That is sending us different ways. Well, that's fine. We're over here now. And we can... So we've revealed enough of the hidden walls and enough of the winds that I think the actual navigation isn't the problem anymore. It's just finding that one last little chunk of movement that's going to work for us. Go down. Okay. Okay, this has to be it, right? They cannot fuck us. There we are. Got there. It's gone all red and blue. Click mouse to continue. We went in through the maze of hedges. We're coming out through the maze of thorns. I wouldn't go in there if I were you, warned an old man, tending to a garden of 10 star-shaped flowers. No one has ever found their way out. But I have just done so from the other side, the fool boasted. That cannot be, the old man snorted, for if you had, one of the land's lost treasures would be found. Not wishing to argue the point, the fool continued onward. Let's move along a pace. What's next? Strength? I don't think I've ever pronounced the word strength that way before. Disheartened, the fool wandered towards a small cave in the side of a sloping hill. As he peered into the darkness, a fierce lion leapt out of the shadows and pinned him to the ground. Stop, my pet, a voice commanded, and out stepped a beautiful woman in a white silk robe. I am Strength. Why have you come here? As she petted her lion, the fool eagerly stated the purpose of his errand. Ah, but such a task would take an era, along with yes in the scroll for the world, is all in capitals and in red. Noting us that we should keep that in mind for later. Ah, but such a task would take an era, the woman advised. Then you cannot help me? The fool replied sadly. I have, insisted Strength. It is you who do not listen very well. What does Strength have for us? Ooh, art! Just a good old-fashioned jigsaw puzzle, but I love this fucking art. Wants us to put together a couple of... I am not sure what this symbol is called. Is the Eye of Horus? It is a... Oh, that's not it. You can see where the thing isn't matching the other thing. And that's a problem, because the things need to match the things. Yeah, it's a couple of eyes on either side in yellow and gray, and then a silhouetted picture in the center. Go like that? More or less? More or less. Where's the other piece of the eyebrow for that one? Does that look right? No, it doesn't, does it? Because the pupil is, like, really off-center. In fact, I bet that one of these is off, too. I think it should actually look like this. Yeah, that's the thing when you have more than one of the exact same, what word do I want? Piece of symbology, cut up different ways. Oh yeah, those eyes are definitely the wrong side. Oh, no, that eyebrow's a little to the rock. There we go. Not like that, like this. There we are. Having a, that's probably not it then, huh? Or maybe it is yeah, it has to be it because there's not another, like, left side of the gray brick to put there, which means these two eyes need to get switched out. I do like this bit, this thing where in the jigsaw puzzle spaces you can just select a big block of pieces and move them all over at once with a click and drag. It's a nice little quality of life addition. Set that there? Probably. Oh, no, we don't set that there. We set that there because otherwise it doesn't match up with the blue line horizontally. It doesn't match with the blue line vertically. Yeah. I think those eyes need to be switched around. That's okay, because, again, we can do that really easily. Nope, that looks split. So let's go back to how we had it before. And then, Is it just this one piece? Yeah, it does kind of just look like that one piece. Let's complete the rest of the puzzle and then see if it says, no, you fucked up, and then we'll know we need to bingle with the eyes some more. Bingo with the... where's the very tip of the pyramid? There it is. And then the moon over there. And that looks almost right. Except the middle part, the silhouette, is really gronky. We can put this together pretty well, just moving left to right, I think. Oh yeah, that needs to be changed over. Which I guess means this one does too. Does that look right? Yeah, those look right now. Both of those pupils on the eyes and the gold are symmetrical now. That's so close. There we go. There you go. Glorious little picture of the fool clearly showing his map to oh, dude with a staff. I guess we'll figure out who he is when we hit this button. The Page of Wands. Wandering away, the fool returned to the task of inspecting the sun's parchment, but sadly he could not make any sense out of it. Further along, he met a page who stood in front of the middle of the road, admiring his polished wooden walking stick. That is indeed a fine staff, the fool complimented, yet I am lost and desire your assistance. Do you know how to read a map? I fear not, answered the page, not taking his eyes off the walking stick. I am lost also, and seek the pyramids. The pyramids? Why, they are to the south, the fool pointed out. See, the middle one is inscribed with the letter E. Oh, so it is, the page realized, dashing off in that direction. Naturally, this did not help the fool at all. Let's see what puzzle the Page of Wands has for us. So it's again a lovely piece of art of the fool and probably what's going to end up being the Knight of Wands on a horse in silhouette near some pyramids. So I know what this answer is. I happen to remember it, but I don't remember how I'm supposed to know it. If it's supposed to be revealed to me through other means. Yeah. The answer was to the east. I'm sitting here desperately trying to remember how I was supposed to know that instead of just relying on my memory of the puzzle. I think I'm supposed to be doing something with cursor controls that I'm not doing. Let me actually look at controls. I do not have access to controls. Let's hit escape and go down here and see if there are pictures of controls over here. There does not appear to be. No, this is just the oh, there's a word I want for it. The copy for the thing. The Knight of Wands. Just then, a great white horse galloped up to him, carrying a fully armored knight. Quickly, have you seen a page come this way? Yes, he went to the south to seek the pyramids, the fool replied. The south? Said the knight, puzzled. But the pyramids are to the east of us, see? The middle one is inscribed with the letter X. The fool saw that this was so. What was then the south is now the east. I met him further back. Oh, that is good. The queen shall reward you, shouted the knight as he galloped away. Okay, we have a cryptogram. And we're given a pretty good start on cryptogram. We have is sadness, so let's find those letters. Is there an F on here? Yeah. And gratefully, it changes that down here also in our key so that we know that we've done it. B is A, U is D, M is N, and F is E. So we know A is correct, and the only other single letter word we have is a Q, which isn't a word on its own. So that's I. Okay, so this is a continuation of the same. So the answers to these puzzles are generally pieces of the scroll which will come when you solve them, but that means that you have some knowledge of the story as it's going to be able to help you understand what you lost track of that sentence about halfway through. You have that information and you can use it here usefully. So we know the E is correct, we know the S is correct, so this starts C. We can probably make that seeking the pyramids. Yeah, and doing that made a lot of this line up too. Zeb, he vegan. I met a page in my trabules, and he's seeking the pyramids. We can probably sort that out pretty quickly. There we go. A V. Ah, there we go. Well, he began, I met a page in my travels, and he was seeking the pyramids. On the way, he picked a bright yellow sunflower and presented it to the queen. It is beautiful, she whispered, stroking its spreading petals. Yet it will not bring back our most treasured possession. We did not want war, but when the sword stole our royal wand, we had no choice but to retaliate. I thought the war was over, the fool pondered. Surely your royal wand will be returned to you in due course. I would like to believe your kind words, she murmured softly, but I fear for the worst. We are a pleasant country folk, not warriors, and even as we speak, the other kingdoms betray our trust. If only my son the page would come home, my heart would be lightened. The fool considered this for a moment. Well, he began, I met a page in my travels, and he was seeking the pyramids. I told this to the knight who was searching for him. Oh, praise be, the queen cried out. You have brought me much happiness. Please take this magic word, clack, C-L-A-C, and may it bring you equal happiness. Eagerly, the fool wrote down the magic word and skipped out of the castle merrily. Ooh, So the puzzle for the Queen of Wands is a magic square. So a magic square is a 3x3 grid of letters that, when lined up properly, will make 3 words across and 3 words down. I can't remember if these ones particularly also want to make words in a diagonal. I don't think they do. Okay, so the C stays where it is in the center, so we build around that. What words have C in the center? Ice and ace? Ice, ace, new, so, and dis isn't a word apparently. Din works, but das doesn't because it's only wanting English words, presumably. There's not another word, another 3-letter word with a C in the middle, right? I'm going down the rest of the letters that we have available to us. Something that starts DCE? No. Something that starts SC with 3 letters? No. WC? No, it has to be ice and ace. So these 4 corner pieces are the hang up. Is it wad? Wad and den, but wis and sen is not. How about we start with sin? Oh, that did it. Sin, ace, do going across and vertically sad, ice, and new. And our S at the top left is blinking. The narrow path led him to a grassy plain, and there he saw an immense wooden staff mounted upon a stone pedestal engraved with the letter S. Aha! The fool shouted. The royal wand has been returned. You are mistaken, little one, the statue replied solemnly. Here I have stood for many generations. I am the symbol of his lordship, the king. Oh my! The fool stammered, following the path once again. This must mean that the royal wand is even larger yet. He could not imagine such a thing. The wand doesn't have a puzzle attached to it. It's the end of that quest line, I guess, so let's just find another one to do. Wheel of Fortune is its own interesting thing, and I kind of want to not do it immediately. Because it's going to take us a minute once we get into it. Temperance? Let's go to Temperance. The fool continued on his way and came to a stone bridge that crossed a crystal clear pond. I don't know why I stumbled over that. I think I said it all right. Floating over the water was an angel who held a jeweled chalice. I am Temperance. Why have you come to this place? Again the fool stated the purpose of his errand. All things in moderation, the angel commented. You are too eager and have missed much already. You must take a sip of my mystical water, sip being in bold. Thank you, but I am not thirsty, he answered courteously. Can you tell me anything else? A sip is all you need, spoke Temperance somberly. The fool found it rather odd that the 3 who had offered their advice so freely had nothing of importance to tell him. So clicked on the puzzle and we're presented with 4 rearranged letters and the clue 5th anniversary. DWOO. Well, that's... The word is wood, clearly. Oh, I can't type it in. I have to rearrange the letters. There we go. 8th anniversary. That's bronze, probably. There's not a lot of words with a Z and a B in it. First anniversary is paper. 25th anniversary. It's silver, I think. There we go. 3rd anniversary. Whole 3 leather. Okay. Listen, leather is for life, not just for your 3rd anniversary. 17th anniversary. Isitu. Oh, turquoise. QUOIS. Oh, no, that's not right. QUOISE? Yeah, there we go. And in the middle of all that, certain letters were highlighted, and we are left with red urn. Beyond the pyramid stood a quaint peasant village, and here the fool met a jubilant party of townsfolk gathered in the street. In the middle of the crowd was a beautiful wedding canopy attached to 4 oaken staves. Underneath, a man was searching through the presents frantically. "Red urn! My red urn! Have you seen it?" he asked the perplexed fool. "A red urn?" The fool puzzled. "Is not red a gaudy color for an urn, and is not an urn for a funeral?" Oops, I went up instead of down. "It is our custom at such an affair," the man sniffed. "There's to be a wedding between our kingdoms, and everything must be just so. Now have you seen it?" The fool assured the man that he had not, and went on his way. What puzzle do we have in the canopy? Another word search. The fool paused to admire the fresh vegetables at a nearby shop. So these are going to be vegetables, presumably. My cabbages. Someone else's fucking tomato. Some celery. Parsnip. Onion. Snuff water on the cock. I like this blue on green a little bit better than the red on gold that we had for the last one. It's just slightly easier to read for me personally. Folju. I'm sorry for those sounds. I am literally just like every now and again doing the thing and trying to sound out the letters. Because I know fewer vegetables than I know countries. Rhubarb. Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Lessening rabble. Eggplant. There we go. It makes me nervous when there's like a block of 4 lines like this that I didn't select anything on. Makes me feel like I missed something. Actually, let me go back over it real quick before I start trying the verticals. Pardon me. No, it just kind of looks like there's nothing in those 4 lines. I'm sure I'll find myself wrong later. Denho. Nope. Turns out that's not a real one. Squash. That's a real one. And so is cauliflower. There are 14 more to go. Alright, let's start on the verticals then. Scallion. Radish. Carrot. I don't know why I pronounce it like garot. It's just in there. I can't explain all of the things all the time. Leek. As a Google lamb. Asparagus. You ever played Million Onion Hotel? I should replay Million Onion Hotel now that I'm thinking about it. It's a, mobile game where you hit onions. That's the most I'm gonna say about it. Potato. No, potato starts with P. Dulum. Parsley. Stowaway. Not a word. Bean. Beans multiple? Beans multiple. Next more of these dang things. I feel really sure that I'm going to be missing something. Turnip. Oh, that's so much easier, actually. I'm just gonna, highlight the whole line, because that makes it so much easier to read. Because now it's, red on gold rather than blue on green, surrounded with the rest of them. So at least I can sort of visually isolate it. There's artichoke. It means you're going to hear the bonk noise a little bit more, and I do apologize for it. Because it does not want you to highlight the entire line. But it does let me find cucumber real quick. There's lettuce. And lentil. Hey! That's some cool buzzing. What are you doing? Ah, fun. Click mouse to continue. We move right along. Nearby, a group of 5 boys were fighting with slender hickory staffs. Bad yam! Bad yam! They shrieked back and forth. Why are you fighting over something of so little value? The fool wondered. He sold us a crate of bad yams, one cried out, and we want our money back. But you left them in the sun, another yelled back. I will not reimburse you for your stupidity. Not wishing to get involved, the fool made his way past the crowd. Ah, okay, so this is going to be easier for me now that I'm an adult than it was for me as a child. This series of puzzles was nightmarish for me at the time. First, let's talk about this beautiful art. Look at the fucking dithering on the clouds. Look at it. I love it so much. And the remainder of the image, in silhouette, as usual, we have the fool standing next to a man tending several upright sticks. So, as we hit these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here, we have the letter W in the center, and as we hit them, it will add letters to the thing. We've just clicked them all 1 through 5 and have ended up with Negnuwu, which probably isn't right. So our job is to click these in the correct order such that when all of them are clicked, it spells a useful series of words. We probably shouldn't start with 2 because that puts an N next to a W, and that's not doing anything. Oh, that last one, the number 1 flips the ways that the letters go. Hang on, let me see that again and see precisely what it's doing. So we've clicked all of the other ones and we ended up with neg nwu again. Okay, so clicking the 1 actually just reverses the order of all the letters available. So we're going to have to like make half of it and then flip it and then do the rest of it. We still shouldn't start with 2. No. So it's probably going to be 2 3-letter words the way that like red Errand and bad yam were. Okay, let's sort this out. So number 2 puts an N on the far left side. Number 3 puts a space and a G on the far left side. Number 4 puts an E on the left side and a U on the right side. 5 puts an N on the far left, and then 1 again reverses everything. Oops, so that's nothing. It doesn't start 3. Or 4. Try it again with 5. No, because 5 does more N's. So that's not it. So it has to be 3, right? Oh, no, I think this is it. There we go. New GNU. Or new, probably, GNU. Which isn't Unix, I'm told. Near a stone wall was a burly fellow who guarded 9 tall fighting staffs. Could you tell me if this was the correct way to the Queen's palace? Inquired the fool. Nu GNU, was his pert reply. I beg your pardon? Nu GNU, he repeated. An old GNU is not new, and only a new GNU is true. Amazed I got through it. The fool nodded agreeably and quickly moved on. Okay. So now we have the fool standing in front of a sort of castle wall or tower rampart. Is that what a rampart is? The bit at the top of the tower where God isn't? Anyway. And we have a series of boxes at the bottom. Again, it's 2 3-letter words. And above each of the boxes, we have a trail of ivy with letters on them. So I guess we have to take 1 letter. Hang on, this actually tells us how to do this. So at the top right where it says the name of the chapter we're on, this one being the stone wall. To solve this puzzle, use the clues shown in the picture to find the correct letters and then enter these letters into the blank boxes. Use the mouse or cursor keys to select the boxes and move between them, or use enter to advance and backspace to reverse. So, sought is a word. It's not a fun word, and I don't think they'd use it. Sought, sun, soak, sof. Sought Doug. No, Doug, not dog. There's not no in that line. Nope. Probably sun? No. Bucks wug wum wheel. Avgu Ix. There's not a lot of words you can build out of this. Oh, it's Ivy. It's Ivy, like it's on. Sun is the word, except it's not, so sock isn't a word, soft isn't a word. So we can get rid of the thing. Rot is a word. But not that word. Rat is a word. There we go. Oh, a rat like so over there on the left. Standing on the wall. Chill. Atop a watchtower, all along that watchtower, a lone sentry gazed. Pardon refilling my battery. Atop a watchtower, a lone sentry gazed longingly at the creeping vines that ran up the walls of a nearby granite castle. "Excuse me," the fool shouted as politely as he could. "Is that the castle of the Queen?" "The Queen?" he groaned. "Rat Ivy." "Rat Ivy?" the fool echoed. "Yes, indeed," he sighed, leaning against his two wooden staffs. "If rats were ivy, then they wouldn't steal into the royal kitchen, and if they didn't steal into the royal kitchen, then they wouldn't eat the royal cheese, and if they didn't eat the royal cheese, then I wouldn't have to set the royal rat traps day in and day out. But alas, only little lambs eat ivy." Mares eat oats, and does eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? "I see," the fool mumbled, walking over to the palace. "What a very strange kingdom this is." And we don't have a puzzle for that, so moving on. Let's do Wheel of Fortune. It's not... Listen, I'm not avoiding it because of my problems with Balatro. You can't fucking... You cannot pin that on me. You'll see in a second. Further along, the fool came to a wooden wheel mounted atop an old tree stump. "A wheel of fortune!" he exclaimed. "Perhaps it will tell me of the 14 treasures." He gave the wheel a spin, and after many long turns it came to rest on a set of jumbled letters, but unfortunately the fool knew of such magic and was unable to decipher its meaning. So let's talk about Wheel of Fortune. So this is a card game that we don't know the rules to. We have 2 cards over here on the right side. On the left side, we can see our opponent, who is just listed here as Old Man. We can see one of their cards. The other card is hidden. We are given the choice between 3 cards to choose from. And we pick one, and then the Old Man will pick one. And then whoever has the best hand at the end of that wins. What's a good hand look like? Well, we're going to be fucking figuring that out. Some of the hands are really obvious, like the cards are tarot card arcana, by the way. So the world and the star obviously go together. The Emperor and the Empress go together. But there's a lot of like hidden connections as well. We're just going to be seeing how it goes. We have the Hermit and the Hierophant. The Old Man is showing the world. What do we think goes with Hermit and Hierophant? Lovers, probably? We have Justice, Lovers, and Death to choose from. Let's go with Lovers. The Fool wins 45 points. A royal pair beats Death. So the Hermit and the Hierophant go together as part of the royal pair. The Lovers is grayed out. The Old Man had the World, which we saw, the Magician, which was hidden, and they chose Death. And apparently none of them go together because only Death is lit up. So, hey, we win. We have the Devil and Judgment. We can choose between the Chariot, High Priestess, and Strength. I think Judgment and Strength? maybe, or devil and high priestess, because high priestess is meant to be evil. As if you couldn't tell from this, again, glorious art of a very angry woman staring directly at you. Um, it's giving me subby feelings. We'll move on. So the old man saw that we had picked the high priestess. Our card, it's not showing it, but our second card, which in this case is judgment, is hidden from them as well. So what they saw was that we had the devil, we picked the high priestess, and they went, my hand can't possibly beat that, and jet. They lost points for that, but we did not gain any points. We have to gain over a certain threshold of points to be able to move on. The Tower of the Magician. We have the Tower and the Magician. We can choose between Temperance, Fortune Wheel, and Empress. The Tower and the Empress, maybe? Or the Magician and the Fortune Wheel? None of these feel obvious to me. The old man has lovers, and none of these feel like an obvious match to that either. Let's take Fortune Wheel. Okay, so none of our three, Tower, Fortune Wheel, and Magician, went together. But then again, neither did any of the old man's cards go together, which was Lovers, Empress, and Moon. But apparently Magician beats Moon straight up, so we won a piffling amount of points. Judgment, Fortune Wheel, Judgment and Death, maybe? Let's go with that. Oh, nope. Ooh, okay. That's good information. So, Judgment and Fortune Wheel don't go together, so Death was our high card, basically. But the old man had Hanged Man, Strength, and the Chariot, which are all a chunk in and of themselves. So that's called the Mortal Triplet. So now we know that these three are chunked together. If we see Hanged Man, Strength, and Chariot, that's a pair that we can put together, or triplet, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Hermit, Fortune Wheel, and can choose between Emperor, Devil, and Chariot. Let's say Chariot, Hermit, and Fortune Wheel and Chariot sounds right to me. Old Man yields. Okay, so Hermit and Chariot probably are a thing. They have High Priestess. We have Death in the Chariot and can choose the Fool, the Hierophant, and the Star. None of those feel very connected. Let's take Hierophant. Apparently we both had garbage hands, but I won on Death. I'm going to speed this along a little bit and talk through it slightly less. But we do have the Empress and the Emperor. Hierophant is probably the third piece of that. Yeah. The Moon and the Star probably go together. Yes. Oh, they also had a pair, Hanged Man and Strength. But the Astral pair, Star and Moon, beats Mortal pair. Hanged Man. What went with Hanged Man? Justice and Strength? I think. Let's take Justice. No, it wasn't that. The Chariot and the Fool are apparently low pair. Magician and Devil. So they're showing the Emperor, and the choices we have are Fortune Wheel, Star, and the World. None of those go with the Emperor, I don't think. Let's take Fortune Wheel. We won on high card because Fortune Wheel apparently doesn't connect to Magician or Devil. Lovers and Hermit? No. Lovers and Fortune Wheel, apparently, but that is a smaller pair than Hierophant and Judgment. Hanged Man and Judgment was the... Oh, no, I thought that was part of Mortal Pair, the Mortal Trio, but it isn't. Goof. Star beats Strength. Strength. What's wrong with me today? The magician. Magician the hermit? No, but the hermit and the emperor, apparently. There we go. High priestess and death. Oh, there we go. Strength. And we know that goes with hangman. But apparently astral pair beats it, so we should have taken the star instead to block them. Not that I think it would have done us much good. No, not hangman and judgment. Made that mistake last time. They are showing the devil and nothing particularly goes with that. Is it chariot and empress a thing? No, but apparently hangman and chariot is, because old man just went no. Judgment and temperance? Yeah. Beats strength and chariot. Empress and fortune wheel? No. I have to take justice because they have strength, right? That's definitely a pair. We have fortune wheel and fool, which I'm pretty sure is also a pair. Yes, there we go. The lucky pair. Oh, that's fun. We have the moon and the star. We could take the world too and just triplet it out. Nah, old man says no. Got too greedy. Oh, this one's good. So the world is over there in our hidden card spot, so we can take the moon and they won't see it coming. There we go. Judgment Hierophant. Should we take the levers because levers connects the fortune wheel? Yes, I think so. What is the fucking cap I need? Because we're at 459 points. Do I have to get all the way to 1,000? Might have to get all the way to 1,000. They're showing the chariot. The choices are Moonstar and Magician, so we'll hope they don't have the world down there and take the Magician. One off a high card. Um. Oh, High Priestess and Death is a higher pair than the star in the world. That's good to know. Pardon me, I just need to hit a couple buttons that you can't see real quick. It is like that sometimes. There we go. Oh, the devil and death are definitely a combo, right? Yeah, I think we have to take death just to make sure they don't. Yep, correct decision. Magician and Fool? Old man yields. They're showing the world, so we have to take the star to block them. Once you sort of get into the swing of it and start building a memory for what things go together, it actually does go by pretty rapidly. Oh, damn. And sometimes they get a high card that just wipes you, and that's fine. It is like that sometimes. Judgment and Justice, they both start with J. Yeah, but Death and the Devil start with D, and those come first. High Priestess and Emperor? No, that does nothing. Oh, dang. You're so close to 500 points. I really hope that that's the... Oh, damn. That's the pole. Hangman and Chariot or something, right? That's mortal pair? Yeah, old man yields. Judgment and Justice do both start with J. We know they go together. They're showing the Devil, and there's nothing that we can pick that will significantly match with Devil, so I just have to worry about their high card being something. Which it wasn't. Well, we're over 500 points. Maybe we do have to get into 999. Up to 600. Oh, the Magician and the Fool are called high pair. They beat the astral pair out. I did not mean to click that thing I clicked and lost that hand, therefore. Uh, Moving on. Chariot. Does Justice click with Chariot? I think it does. I don't know what goes with Tower. Is it Justice? No, but it doesn't matter. We won on high card with Death. I'll take my moon. Oh, Emperor, Empress, and Hermit. It's a whole triplet. That sucks. I was really hoping I could make it off of those two astral bodies, but no. The Fool and the Magician are a high pair. They beat basically everything. And the Magician is in our hidden spot, so let's take that. Oh, damn! Hanged Man, Lovers, Fortune Wheel is a triplet. It beats our pair significantly. Wonderful. Chariot and Fortune's Wheel. No, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't matter. You had the world behind you. Oh, our points reset somewhere in there, so apparently Old Man reached the threshold before we did. Well, let's come back to this. This is the reason I didn't want to do this immediately, because it takes a little while and is very luck-based as opposed to the rest of these, which are, pretty straightforward puzzles. Let's go to the Hanged Man. Shrugging his shoulders, the Fool crossed the bridge and discovered a man hanging upside down from a tree by 1 foot. Does that not hurt? The Fool wondered. I am a hanged man, said the hanging man. That is most obvious, the Fool retorted. What is obvious to some is not obvious to all, said the upside-down man. Consider that the top is bolted, at the bottom of the consider that the top is at the bottom of the upper half. But the Fool was weary of such confusing talk and did not wish to consider this at all. What's in here? Ooh. Another jigsaw. Well, let's take these, because these are clearly, like, letters and they're going to go together. And because they're above the water, we can see the reflections, so we can make that look nice and easy. Is it there? No, it's like that because there's a space in it. That's where that is. Oh, there should be another one around here that's just, yeah, the very, very edge of that K. Then we can take the other half of the sun. That's about as good as that's going to get. Let's start putting together the, like, people silhouettes. Does that go like that? Probably. Is this the back end of that foot? No, that's too high. Broken your leg, bud. Nope. Didn't mean to do that like that. But that does put, like, the very front of the other foot. I'll tell you what, let's completely move this whole chunk that we've done, the letters, over to the far right. No, that's not it. Let's move it up, because I actually think that's where it's supposed to line up. It's close, and at the very least it keeps it out of the way for the moment. So let's grab these, the silhouette of the feet. And where's the front of the fool's foot? There it is. Or I guess it's the back, because it's the heel. Like me, I'm a heel. I think. Go like that. You're sort of pumping your arms. Your hat is trailing behind you somewhere. Where's the one with the hat? Here it is. Okay, and that's the back end of the thing. I need to move this over just one more. Oh, that does align. Wonderful. Well, not quite. This bit in the middle is still a little wonky. Where are the other hands? Here's the other hand. And they have shadows along the ground, so we can do the shadows also? Yeah. Nope, not that one. There we go, that's much better. That's the shadow of the fish that's over here, I think. Here's a mysterious horseman on a moor. That's the wrong way around, I think. Yeah, it goes like that. That's really close. What do we have wrong? It's gotta be something, right? Oh, it's this. Sort of. So this looks right to me. That can't be moved because it's part of the shoreline, and that would make the shoreline look weird. Oh, there we go. I did have it the wrong way around. The shadow of the fish just needed to be a little closer to the fish itself. And now we have, again, gorgeous fucking image of the seaside with a little cliff, mysterious horseman on a cliff, castle in the distance, and the letters KD rising out of the waters, as though Kraft had paid significantly to sell its cheese and noodle products. The fool came to the shores of another great ocean, and met a page who held an engraved copper cup. Just as the fool was about to say hello, a tiny green fish jumped out of the cup and fell to the ground, wiggling its way back to the sea. "Help me!" the page screamed. "My KD is getting away!" The fool removed his pointed hat, and after a few tries captured the slippery fish within it. "Here's your fish," he offered, "but I did not see your KD." "Ah, they are one and the same," the page told him happily. "Now I owe you a favor. Seek she who holds two swords," that is, in purple for some reason. Shaking the water out of his hat, the fool departed. Well, that will not be an easy task, he reflected. Few people in these parts carry even a single sword. So we have clicked the puzzle, and it's another of these. It's another, rearrange the letters, but we don't have clues this time. CEHPR, it's perch. They're fish. They're going to be fish, because we just saw a thing with a fish. PRCH. Yeah, there we go. This is trout. Woman. Minnow. Insidria. Sardine. Fidelovus. That's a really long name for a fish. It's like 9 letters. Um, I'll tell you what, I see fish in there, so let's put fish at the bottom. Oh, it's goldfish. There we go. Abu to halibut. There we go. And the highlighted letters gave us no ship. Further along the shore, a knight atop his grey horse stared off into the still waters. The ocean is calm, and yet no ship approaches, he uttered gravely. But that is good, is it not? Asked the fool, walking closer. No, the warrior replied. The wands had promised to return our most treasured possession, and have not done so. The queen must be told. I will wait here until sunset, and no longer. The fool promised to deliver the message. Another cryptogram. We do have a key for this one. So let's fix what we have access to. G is... D is... E... H is... Please, A. V is... T, I is H. I got moved over at some point, and now it's K. F is N. E is E, we got there at least, and J is L. Has landed is pretty easily readable in here. And that probably means this is no ship has landed. Upon something sure, probably your, right? Alas I do, he says. Your Knut says that no ship has landed upon your shore. Let's fix that. Alas I do, he sighed. Your knight says that no ship has landed upon your shore. He crossed a wooden bridge spanning a dark moat and quietly entered a castle of solemn beauty. There he found the queen sitting beside the shimmering waters of a majestic fountain. Do you bring word of our treasure? She asked eagerly. Alas, I do, he sighed. Your knight says that no ship has landed upon your shore. So they break their agreement, the queen hissed through clenched teeth. What can be expected from such faithless ones? I fear that a holy war is the only way to scourge this evil from the land, and those who do not believe in the words of truth shall live to rue the consequences. Please, I must have some time alone. My heart is not yet hardened to the grim task that lies ahead. Take the magic word Yinal. Yinal? Y-N-A-L. Take the magic word Yinal for your troubles and go in peace. Oh, right, another magic square. The letter I in the center is immobile, so it's probably oil and wit, or it could be oil and win. No, let's try it with win instead of wit, because having a W in the middle of something pretty much has to make that 2. Oh, yeah, I got there. Toe, win, and old horizontally, to, oil, and end going down, and our highlighted letters T. The fool departed from the royal palace and came to another fountain at the edge of the kingdom. It was an immense ivory chalice, engraved with the letter T, and from it issued 4 glittering streams of water. I will not be fooled a third time, declared the fool. This is the symbol of his lordship, the king, and nothing more. That is the end of that puzzle section. So we need to click on something else. I do not want to do Wheel of Fortune. I, in fact, probably do have enough game left over to do another stream of this on Friday. So here's what I'm going to do right now is have a little bit of a break. I'm going to go stretch real quick and get some water. Suggest that you do whatever self-care is useful to you. It might be a good time to go onto your social media of choice. Check out mutual aid hashtag and see if you can't make someone's life a little bit easier, or at least boost their request to help get their request in front of eyes that can. The only way we get out of this is through. The only way we get through this is together. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I didn't bother to make an interstitial screen with, like, nothing on it. Can we go to the loading, please? Wait, probably. I should maybe make it say standby or something, but that's not where I am right now. We sort of threw together the stream assets in a bit of a hurry. I'll just leave it here on my face for just a moment. I'll take myself a little pause. It won't be very long, like maybe 3 minutes. I'll catch you back here at the end of that. Okay. I'm back. Just gonna jump back into the best of it. Oh, there we go. Now it's captured my mouse. The Hierophant of the Moon, we definitely need, the next time I stream this, I'm gonna go download Pretzel or something so that we can have some nice, pleasant, like, ambient fantasy music going, because the silence is wrecking me just a little bit. Let's stop in on the Hierophant. Oh, I guess we were here already. Pardon me. Keeping to the path, the fool located a hidden fortress perched precariously atop a lonely crag. It was here that he encountered the mighty Hierophant. "I know your quest," spoke the priest suspiciously. "4 others have come before you." "But I seek no harm to anyone," the fool assured him. "Ah, but harm has already been done. The 4 kingdoms are on the verge of another war, the countryside is ravaged by famine, and even as I speak, the spectre of death roams the land." He could not imagine how he had been the cause of such things. "Nonetheless," the priest continued, "I am compelled to help you in this matter, little good it may do you. Take this and be gone." And with a flash of lightning, the fool appeared back on the mountain trail. Etched into the rock at his feet were the numbers 15 and 24 and 2. Ooh, more word jumbles, except now they're also going up and down. There are 2 intersecting ones. Are they numbers? I think this one across is meant to be 14. T-E-E. Yeah, and then the way down is 3. Okay. Well, the one up and down is 2, because there's not a lot of numbers that are only 3 letters wide. That's 12 going across. T-W-E-L... That's probably just 1. And 19? Uh, 5 and... has to be 17, because it has to intersect with the V. S-E-V-E and... T-E-E-E-E-E... I think it's 6 up and down and then 13 across. There we go. And 6 and 13 are still highlight for us as we move on. Walking across a grassy knoll, he discovered a young man sitting under a spreading oak tree. Before him there were fine goblets, and emerging from a small cloud a pale hand offered him a fourth. "Why do you refuse such gifts?" the fool had to ask. "Why should I be satisfied with less than I am seeking?" the boy grumbled. "But you do not look like one who is seeking anything." "No, you are wrong. I seek the sacred 6 and 13, but this cloud offers me trifles instead. So here I will sit until it gives me what I desire." Oh, I should have done that in Cloud's voice. I would have been bad at it, but I should have done it anyway. Been watching a lot of the, I've been watching a Let's Play of the Final Fantasy VII remakes, and they're good. And now Cloud's voice just kind of lives up here. So it's another, jigsaw puzzle. These are obviously numbers, the letters that we're seeing. So let's see if we can't put those together. There's 15 almost certainly. That's 2? Yeah. That's ending TY, so it's probably 20? Yeah, 15, 2, and 20. How does that connect up? It doesn't really. Here's this piece, the ones that's like the little chunks of the O and the T that are missing. So we can at least get that. Actually, let's take this part and put it in the sky for the moment. And is that the bottom? Yeah, that should be the bottom of one of these sets of letters. There we go. It's the very bottom of those 2 E's. Not there. Yep, there. The F goes over here. Get the F out. We'll put 2 and 20 down at the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's where it's meant to go anyway. Yeah, that looks about right. We're missing the middle of the fool's rucksack? That's the word, right? That's what you call that when you have like a... or a bindle is another word. I think those are 2 words that mean the same thing. Right, let's work on the silhouettes. So there's most of the fool, and then there's... looks to be an old man just sort of holding his hand up. Like this. There's a scarf coming off the back of him. Yeah, and now there's just a whole bunch of fucking goblets that we need to figure out how to go on the right side. Well, that goes there. Because it's the very, very tip of the N on 15. I think this one at the top right is correct. Well, it goes from darker at the top to lighter at the bottom, doesn't it? So, yeah, if we just start at the top again and work our way down like an astropop. I fucking grew up on the TV. I'm never gonna be rid of them. I'm very sorry, but not that sorry. There we go. 15, 2, and 20, as the fool looks at an old man who is himself looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cups. Continuing on his way, the fool came to a barren field, pitted with jagged rocks. "I can see them!" a man shouted, spinning about in a daze. "They are just out of my reach!" I do not see anything," the fool remarked. "You must!" the man pleaded. "I see 7 cups of treasure in a vile black cloud. And wait, I can see something else. The numbers 15, and 2, and 20. "There are clouds in the sky," the fool observed, "but no numbers or cups." "They're gone," he cried. "It's your fault. You have no faith. You're blind like all the rest." And the man ran off, laughing maniacally. Oh, this is fun. So here's a different type of jigsaw puzzle. We have a whole bunch of shapes. And some of the shapes have letters on them. Let's go ahead and, for the sake of it, read what the game wants us to read about this. Place all the pieces together so that they fit inside the rectangle. One piece is already in its correct position and cannot be moved. To move a piece, select it and drag it to a new position. If this overlaps with another piece, however, the moved piece will return to its former position. The completed puzzle will reveal 3 words. That's very nice to tell us. And almost certainly there'll be numbers, because all the rest of them have been numbers also. Pretty sure this is 8 on the left. I don't remember the solutions to most of these puzzles, certainly not the ones like this. I'm just better at it now than I was previously. So we're going to move through it a little bit quicker, I think. F-O-U-R-T. No, it's not 14. Why is that buzzing like that? It's not overlapping anything. Oh, yes it is. It's overlapping the very top of that. Is it 15 instead? F-I... F-I-F-T-E-E-N... F-O-U-R-T-E-N, and then we just have the ones that don't have... oops, other way. The ones that don't have any letters on them, but they're pretty easy to fill in. 14, 8, and 15. Beyond the field stood a woman in a long black cloak. Behind her were 2 chalices filled with a bubbling liquid, and before her were 3 others, their contents spilled on the ground. "You have knocked over 3 of your cups," the fool felt obliged to mention. "Quiet!" the woman snapped. "You will disturb the enchantment." The fool watched as the bubbling liquid seeped into the cold earth. To his dismay, a cloud of bluish-green smoke curled upward and formed the numbers 14 and 8 and 15. Not wishing to see what might happen next, the fool departed in a hurry. Oop. Another one of these puzzles, the ones that put letters on either side of a central letter. So you have to build the... Oof. Okay. It's getting late in the day for me, and I feel like I don't have the mental wherewithal to be able to track this particular thing right now. So we're going to move on to a different one and come back to it. Which one is this? The enchantment? Yeah, so let's go on to the moon. The shadow of the night had cloaked the... Running with the shadow of the night. Yet the shadow of night had cloaked the land, and the fool could not tell from which direction he had come or to which direction he should go. "If only this map made any sense," he moaned, removing the wrinkled parchment from its knapsack and staring at it. "The sun is a trickster," echoed a voice from above. "But it was he who gave me the map," replied the fool, looking up. "It was to be my guide to the 14 treasures of the world." "And so it will be, but not in the way that you think," the crescent moon replied. "The map shows you only the places you have visited, and never the places you have not." "But how will that help me find my way out of these mountains?" the fool pleaded. "Just follow the path to the west," the moon replied. Okay, so we have a blank rectangle in front of us and a bunch of letters. Oh. Okay. Let's read it how they want us to read it. Select the correct buttons to reveal 3 secret letters. Okay. So each time we click one of these letters down here, the words at the bottom say "much to accomplish." Not that it matters, I don't think. It takes some of the space in the rectangle above it and turns it from color to black. We should be trying to create 3 letters with these various blobs of with these various blackout blobs. I'm going to click each one of them until something starts looking like a letter. Oh, that's almost a letter. Can we just make that a thing on the far left? Oh, that's really close. Hang on. We're just going to click each individual thing until something looks right. Okay, there's the letter A. We've gotten that much. What's next in the center? Well, let's turn off all the ones that aren't a thing. Okay. Okay. So let me just click on individual pieces to try and build up whatever the hell that is in the center. It looks like it might end up being an E. Or maybe an I? Is it just an I? Might just be an I. Is it air? Well, we certainly got the AI. Much like I did. Not easy. Oop, there we are. AIH. Soon the fool came to a small craft shop, and inside he found a young man working on 8 copper dinner plates, each inscribed with the design of a 5-pointed star. AIH, the fool read aloud from one of the plates. What does that mean? The craftsman spoke without looking up. Althea Isabel Heatherstone, he snapped, and she wants these plates monogrammed by sundown. Now trouble me no further. I have a lot to accomplish. Oh, more jumbles. We have actual clues this time. To be happy or show remorse, we need 2 words. There's a bunch of R's and Y's in there. Is be happy merry? M-E-R-R. Y, what does that make it? Show remorse, sorry. S-O-R-R-Y. Merry and sorry. A color and a royal hat. Brown and crown. Oh, they meant to rhyme. Am I supposed to pronounce sorry in the Canadian way so that it rhymes with merry? Wait, that doesn't work either, does it? Yeah, well. Brown and crown. Seek a swift feather. Quick and quill. You're fast. You must have fast hands. Quick and quill. One is content, and the other is astray. I think it's a miss. And one is content. Bliss. Bliss and a miss. To frown with a sound. Scowl and growl, I think? Yes. Look for value and direction. North and worth? Those definitely don't rhyme. It will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Yeah, worth. W-O-R-T-H. Both haunt the night. One's definitely ghost. And the other one's fool. One is an ache and one is a number. Three is a number. What's an ache? Throb? Throbbing ache. Cold and motionless. Still and chill. There we go. And the letters in the center, which are still available to us, are R, O, and I. Without another word, the fool obliged and left the shop, following a gray cobblestone road. I'm just gonna refresh my battery real quick. Without another word, the fool obliged and left the shop, following a gray cobblestone road. He approached a dark cathedral with 3 high steeples and paused for a moment to inspect each of its 5 stained glass windows, each in the shape of a circle, and each containing a 5-pointed star. R-O-I, read the fool, noticing some letters in the center window. Now, why would someone want to monogram a church? I had forgotten about that line. That's really good. Ooh. I really like the jigsaw puzzles. I like them a lot. Because, again, just... I am a sucker for this type of art, and this is a particularly good, example of it. It's going to be a 3-letter word right in the middle then, because all the rest of them have been 3-letter words. Myr? M-Y-R? Probably. Yeah, there we go. And that almost certainly goes dead center. Yeah. Pardon me. Now there's some windows attached to either side of the... Oops. Attached to either side of the letters, so let's just grab those and try and line that up. Well, that works, but this bit under it doesn't, so let's move it like this. Over here? Yeah, because there's someone up there, I think, in that space. So, where's the rest of your body, friend? Is it this? It's really hard to tell. Here, let's connect these other, windows together and give ourselves some more room to work with. Is it that? No, it doesn't look like that. Alright, so this is a ladder, I think. So let's see if we can't connect the ladder up. No, that goes at the top part, huh? Yeah, that goes at the top part. And that's where the person's standing. So let's move that down just a little bit. Is there any more ladder? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like there's a bottom to the ladder, so that's probably the bottom of the image. Oh, no, wait, there is a bottom to the ladder. It just changes background color down here. So there should be a left side of the ladder on the darker blue. Here it is. Now we can grab this and connect it to the legs. Yeah, that's what that leg looks like. Now you're thinking with the legs. No, not that. This? Yeah, that's it. And get the one that's just a little slice of knee. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's work on the rest of the silhouettes, I guess. So the darker blue is just on the bottom row. So let's move all of the darker blue parts to the bottom row and then try and connect them up that way. Fool's probably on the end here. That is a much smaller pillar, so I think it's supposed to go like that. Yeah, because they should be roughly equivalent in size, the bottoms of the pillars. In the same way that, like, the eyes of or the pupils of the eyes and the pyramid puzzle needed to be about the same size. Alright, so that's where the fool is clearly, because that's where the rucksack is. That's the front of the fool's face. And that's not the fool's torso, is it? No, not that either. This one? That looks pretty close. Let's leave it there and see if we get anything closer. This man is yelling. But apparently there's more than one man yelling. Oop, there we go. So the big letters M-Y-R and then a silhouette of the fool on one side, a man on top of the ladder on the other, and two men yelling at the man on the ladder in the center. Further down the road was a quaint chapel, and gathered in front were 3 craftsmen. I don't know why I said it like that. Yes, that's it. Mirror, right above the 3 pentacles, the tallest man instructed. The fool watched as one man climbed a ladder and began to carve the letters into the steeple. No, no, to the left more, the second man cried. No, no, to the right more, the third protested. What's done is done, the first man pointed out. I cannot move an inscription like a piece of furniture. How true, the fool thought as he turned to walk away. That's so many fucking letters. So, like, here's the thing. It won't be a word, right? Because the other ones have been, like, MYR and ROI and AIH, and none of those have been words. I guess ROI means king in French. But we're not speaking French aujourd'hui. What does it say? To solve the puzzle, use the clues shown in the picture to find the correct letters, and then enter these letters into the blank boxes. Use the mouse or cursor keys to select the boxes and move between them, or use Enter to advance or backspace to reverse. So, do we need to find 3 letters that have similar, like, outline styles or something? What's telling us which, because it's not like going to be a word, what's going to tell us which of these letters go together? I'm just going through and trying each letter available to us in all 3 boxes on the off chance that it will lock in one of them. Does not appear to have. Like, J and U are pretty close, but there's not really a third one that has that style. C, D, and G are about the same. They're different sizes, but their outline style is really close. None of that worked when I put them in combination. There has to be something I'm missing here, like some sort of odd thing out that's supposed to make this sail a little better. A and K there are almost the same too, but I'm not seeing a third one that has that same light blue and gray outline. We are going to come back to this. The enchantment was the other one we skipped. Let's go to the Emperor. Let's just walk up to the Emperor, see how that goes for us. Squinting into the darkness, the fool did just that, and by daybreak he had come to the home of the Emperor and Empress. 14 treasures, the Emperor boomed in a raspy voice. I care not for the other 13, but someone has stolen our one treasure and left me this ridiculous whiff dove, an absurd trade at best. The fool looked at the pathetic creature and had to agree. It was a small bird with 3 wings, 2 heads, and 1 leg. Perhaps it is magical, the fool remarked. Magical? Ha! It is totally unnecessary, and look what has happened to my beloved wife. Before we do that, let's see what the Emperor has for us. Another... not crossword. I keep trying to call this a crossword. Word search. I wonder what kind of bird that was, puzzled the fool. So, oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop doing it. That's not anything. Whippoorwill is a type of bird. Woodpecker is a type of bird. You're going to be hearing the dong, the incorrect buzzer, a little bit more. Because again, I'm just highlighting the whole row and letting that help with the visual isolation. There's a dove. I did that wrong, but there's still a dove. There's a hawk. There's 22 more of these. Oh, there's a meadowlark. Nightingale. Buzzard. Ooh, that, I was about to say a Bray Wyatt quote that has a different meaning, nowadays. It's like that promo he did, the reason that his tagline was that tagline, when he left NXT. It's like, if you're looking for the Wyatt family, we're not hard to find. Just look up in the sky and follow the buzzards. Found a nuthatch. There's a heron. And a crane. I think that's all the horizontal ones, unless I missed something. There's a thrush. Come on, goose. And eagle. A vulture. Remember when Uncle Jesse changed his band's name to Vulture and then got caught up in stray wiring? Anyway. I watched a lot of Full House, is the problem. I do recognize it as a problem. Victu. Bobolin? Is that a bird I'm not aware of? No. This is probably going to be the last. No, let's do the Empress too, just for the hell of it. And then we'll probably call the stream after that. Looking Crow. Shout out to crows. Parakeet. There's a cardinal. A finch. And a duck. A sparrow. Listen, in order to maintain an airspeed velocity, a sparrow has to beat its wings 43 times every minute, right? Robin. Starting to get to... Oh, there's a swallow. Does the swallow dream of flying? Does he sleep on the wing? Blue jay. I won't go making mountains. Well, we've gone through all of the lines, and I'm still missing two, so let's see where that is. Woodpecker, whippoorwill. It takes up that whole row. Acute nodavadna benufes apizio. No. Tatisfagikwa will be basically hedge. No. Hennebeck's prowl Kilohim. I almost had Oklahoma in there, but no. Rajado. Well, we got Dove already. No. That's not it either. Suvikavuya Java is now bed in the. I don't think so. Seal Wula Savarek. Is Makilla? Is Makalia? No. Zergdal quick we did Nightingale. There was some above, no. Jervis, nuthatch, sun, crane, heron. So I guess it must be vertical, right? It might be, but it's not there. We're only missing two. I know what I just said, but maybe we don't, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do the Empress also. I really feel like Bobolin is a type of bird. I feel like it's rude that you don't let me choose Bobolin as a type of bird. In my mind, I'm picturing it like a quail, sort of. One of those ones that's like basically an orb with a head peeking out and then has like a very distinctive crest. You know, bobolins. I used to get them all the time in my backyard. Oh, a wren. I missed wren. Crow and parakeet already fill up that line. That's nothing. Similarly, nothing. Finch we saw and duck we saw. Hullabaloo. So verb. And nothing. There's swallow. There's Bappy. You're telling me Bappy is the bird? Golly, I'm missing one, and I dislike that very much. Pigeon is the name here? Or did we see pigeon already and I just missed it? I'm gonna just quickly see if I can't look up the word list for this. Which is this? The Emperor? Oh, I forgot that this was like available on, like there's actually a walkthrough available on the website for the game. Cardinal Duck, Notchhead, Evil, Vulture, Dove. Oh, apparently that bird is called a bobolink, not a bobolin. We were missing one letter out of it. There we go. Got there. Blah, 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 blah. What does a bobolink look like? Let's have a look. Bobolink. Oh, you're cute. You're not an orb, but look at your hair, bud. Like, I like that a lot. It's a, you cannot see this, can you? You sure can't. Can I very quickly make it so that you can see this bird? Open image in new tab. Save image as Borb on desktop. And then click and drag it into the thing. Probably not, right? There we go. Look at that. This is what we're going to end on today. This beautiful picture of a bobolink, apparently. I like the little, like, half dome of... Like, they're not bald. It's not that. It's just a very, very different color from the entire rest of the bird, which is mostly black and white. Or maybe very, very dark brown, the way the light's hitting it. and then like the back half of its head is this like bright yellow. It's quite nice. All right, that's gonna be the Fool's Errand. For now, we're gonna. Ooh, I grabbed the wrong thing. That's fun. Let's remove you. Are you sure you want to remove Borg? Yes. Let's go out here. So next time, and when I say next time, I mean Friday, which is the next time I will be streaming, and I will be streaming more of this. I'll get some music going to help keep the interest up just a little bit. And after we do... please join me for that, because I'm done for the evening. I've been September. And... what do I need to say to you? I used to have a whole bunch of, like, outro streaming business to do, but most of that's gone now. We have friends who stream on Twitch. You can find their streams at schedule.truck.community. And our next stream, like I said, is going to be Friday. It's going to be me. It's going to be playing more of this. It's going to be a little more audibly sensorarium. It's going to be a little more audibly sensorarium, and then we'll have a great time with it. I'm certainly having a great time, but I love puzzle games. This is one of the games that I credit with, and we'll get into why later, but credit for getting me into what I call multi-level puzzle games, where you are solving puzzles and you're getting prizes for the puzzles that you're doing, but what you're actually being rewarded with is information that you can use later to solve more puzzles. Which is what we've been seeing with the bolded and in colored letters in our scrolls. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks all for joining me. Love you. Keep safe out there. Yeah, that's it. Have a good night.